All right, yeah, people really had a problem with Shinya's post. So here's the only issue that I had with the Shinya post. It was, and I already mentioned this in my video, he's correct, but he's incorrect on the scope of it. I think he was framing, or at least people were taking it, such as that toxic positivity was the largest issue that 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 has. It's not. It's just one of the issues 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 has. Yeah. And I think people took it as that's what people should be focusing on the most. But yeah, it's just not. But other than that, his post is almost entirely correct. He really stirred up the 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 community. Yeah, man, he really made a splash. He didn't need to speak on it at all for someone who's not even active. So let me ask you a question. How do you know? How do you know he's not active? We would feel the tremor. No, Shinya's been keeping up to date with absolutely everything happening inside of the 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉 community. He talks about it every fucking day and he gets really mad about it. And I say, hey man, make a vid. I say, hey man, make a post. Being called a HOYOSHILL for calling out the toxicity of the 𝙀𝙓 community is wild and simply proves my point. I barely play ZZZ and HSR. I've always been hypercritical of Genshin and shit on it a ton. I broke the news of the miHoYo contract incident and how insane it was. The internet confuses me. Yep. No, I will agree. Yeah. Nah, Shinya has been a very critical creator in terms of covering things that nobody else has the balls to cover. And I really think that people are forgetting that. It's legit that people don't have an actual argument. If you call it the thing about 𝙀𝙓, you're a HOYOSHILL. If you call it anything bad about GIZZ, HSR, you're a Kurobot. Nothing ever can be constructive out from dealing with the troglodytes and understand being critical games is going to help the industry more than damage it. The issue both 𝙀𝙓 and Genshin have been annoying to watch, TBH. You didn't do anything wrong, it's just idiots being idiots. Okay, so here's the thing. So, when it comes to a scope issue, I can understand why people get upset. Because for 𝙀𝙓 players, they want the largest issues to be dealt with first. And then they want to deal with everything that comes underneath that after, right? But just because the toxic positivity is like the 6th issue that you need to fix in the 𝙀𝙓 community, coming from the top, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, 𝙀𝙓 has a lot of issues that it really needs to fucking tackle and get ahead of. But I'm assuming the developers are already getting on that. We're gonna wait and see until we see 2.0, and we're gonna see how they revamp the game, and even more so push advertisement, right? Because that's what the game really needs right now. 2.0 really is the make or break point. They really do. They really need to push advertising on 2.0. And to be completely fair, them advertising at the Game Awards, amazing step in the right direction. But the question is, how many eyes saw that? Is that the right audience to showcase it to? And did they blow all their budget on that? And are they not gonna run these ads on mobile game videos on YouTube? Because that's what they should be doing. Just show their game to a demographic that is most susceptible to being open to playing the game, right? And ensure players that starting at 2.0 doesn't get them behind, because a lot of people don't want to play gacha after the initial release because you know how hard it is to catch up once you start a new gacha that far in advance. Wrong audience. My friend watched the show and said, why the f they showing gacha? Well, your friend does not equate to everybody.